Hello and welcome back to Justin Talks Villa, where this is the warm down, the Liverpool match reaction. Hello and welcome back to Justin Talks Villa. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel. It does mean a lot. Also get involved in the comments and drop this video a like. Right, I was going to do this straight after the game last night, but I was a bit annoyed, to be honest, and I wanted to put fresh eyes on it. So I thought, just sleep on it, see how you feel in the morning, look at a few statistics, get your head together, and then give your opinion. So here's my opinion. And I haven't read a lot of other people's opinions. I haven't been on social media. I didn't watch the aftermatch stuff because I was annoyed. So this might be controversial. I don't know. I don't think we were that bad. And I might get hate in the comments for this. I think we missed. We were the victim of big moments in this game. And this isn't to say at times we wasn't poor, because I think after half time we didn't react very well. We didn't push the game as much as I wanted to. What I mean by we've lost the big moments, obviously, we started well. I think we started really well. We were in the game. First 20 minutes, we had the big chances and we didn't score. And this has been a problem earlier in the season, but I think in this game, it killed us because had the Rodgers post shot gone in, had the Matty Cash deflected effort gone in, and I know this is all if buts and maybes, but they score from a mistake and a deflection. We hit a brilliant shot that hits the post, a yard inside it scores. We have a deflected shot, keeper makes a really good save. I know it's fine margins. That's football. That's what happens. But overall, I think we did okay in this game. We just wasn't quite clinical enough. That's the word I'm looking for. Clinical enough in the big moments. And we got totally punished. The timings of both of the goals were horrific. Absolutely horrific. If we'd have got in at half time at 0-0, I think the manager alluded to this, he would have been happy. We could have had a good chat, regrouped, gone out and put the plan, the continued plan in action in the second half. And then the second goal, we've got two substitutes waiting to come on, who I did think impacted the game, Barkley and Sancho, for two pretty ineffective players, Gussan and McGinn. We'll come on to those in a minute. And they score a deflected effort literally while they're waiting to come on the bench, off the bench. And again, that's awful timing for us. Absolutely terrible, woeful timing for us. And the game is almost killed at that moment. We had one or two half decent moments in the second half, but at the 2-0 down, it is really, really difficult to get back in the game, especially away at Anfield. And yes, they weren't great and they haven't been great recently. And I think that was probably the only way they were going to get back in on winning ways is have a bit of luck. The luck deserted us yesterday and it definitely favoured Liverpool. I mean, Emi Martinez, we'll come on to the goals in a bit. Absolute shocker he had. So, yeah, I just wanted to highlight a few little bits and bobs. So I'll just share this now with you, and you can see it. So this is Liverpool Villa. This is the Opta Analyst database, which is great for looking at things. Two things I highlighted before the game was one was Szoboszlai, making sure we kept him quiet. Did we do that? Let's have a look at his distribution. Successful passes. I mean, he literally was all over the place. Now, this was something I think we needed to stop. He got given man of the match on the telly. We just didn't shut him down enough, and he basically ran round and dictated play and run the show for them. So I think that was a bit disappointing. If we look at Aston Villa's passing, let's take the substitutes out. Actually, no, let's look at So I mentioned a couple of players earlier. One was Guess On. Right. That is his full game, all of those highlighted areas at the top. So that's all of his passes in the game. And that's pretty woeful, isn't it? Now, I'm not jumping on his back because at times this season, I think he's been really good and he's shown signs of starting to adapt to the Premier League. But that wasn't a very good performance last night. He didn't impact the game at all. I mean, you can see by that 5 passes. And if we take away that, that is his successful passes in the whole game. He made one successful pass. So I think he needs to be brought out again, and a couple of substitution appearances, maybe off the bench, try and get his confidence up a bit. And I think it's time we started letting Elliot have a bit of a run, because if he's saying that Elliot isn't up to speed, then I think we need to maybe look at Gasson as not being up to speed yet. And I think that's just a bit worrying, isn't it? So let's see. John McGinn, who was obviously marginally better. Again, not fantastic. Didn't have a lot to do. Didn't have a big impact on the game. I mean, this is just successful passes. Again, not huge amounts. So when you look at the likes of, like I said, like Gravenberch, look at that. This is how many good passes he made. Alexis McAllister, busy. Gakpo, busy. Szoboszlai, hugely busy. And when you look at, like, say, a Salah who plays in the opposite, I mean, right side of midfield, if you like, and then cutting inside, the same as Gassan. So that's Gassan's. That's Salah's playing right side, and that's Gassan's. I mean, it's just night and day, isn't it? Even though, I didn't think Salah had a massively good game, but I don't know. It's just very worrying. But if you look at the team statistics, pretty much, Villa are on the right, the purple, and Liverpool on the left, the blue. We've pretty much matched them everywhere, really. I mean, we did. This is one of the big issues, right? Possession lost in the fight in the defensive half. That is what killed us. We didn't exploit the long ball enough. Now, I highlighted this before the game. Liverpool have struggled massively against the long ball this season. And I didn't expect us to throw everything out the window that we work on and that we've been working on for 3 years now under Unai Emery. But I don't think we utilised the long ball enough. We continue to play our way, which is fine. We've had a lot of success with it. We've had far more success than failure with our way of playing. So who am I to say throw everything out the window and go long ball? But I don't think we utilised it enough against a team that has struggled this season with the long ball. But I think Liverpool's high press, and yesterday we just made too many mistakes. Something we saw very much in the early days under Unai Emery, trying to start and play out this way. You get caught if you're not absolutely on it. You've only got to make one poor pass because you're playing out from the back, as we saw with Emi Martinez. And because of the area of the pitch you are making these passes, it is a risk and reward strategy, but it is a high risk and low reward if you don't play it properly. And Liverpool's high press did the job on us yesterday. We couldn't play out from the back. The risk was high. The reward was ultimately none. But as I will highlight with the chances we created, had we have taken one of those chances early in the first 20 minutes from playing this way, we would have been 1-0 up and everyone would have been like, okay, this is going well. So this is what feeds me back into my thoughts on, I don't think we were terrible. We just didn't get the rub of the green. And sometimes that happens in football. So if I bring up now the goals, and we'll have a look at the goals. Okay, so Oh, no, don't start with that one. Crikey. Right, so this is, I'm going to highlight the two chances we created in the first half. So, as I was saying about the high risk, hopefully high reward, which we didn't get yesterday, strategy. So, this is playing out from the back. So, this is the Morgan Rogers chance early in the game. So, this move starts in our own penalty box with Anana, who feeds the ball into Morgan Rogers, who's got acres of space. So again, Liverpool's high press, they're trying to nick it off us in our box. We can play through it, and then we're away. He drives up to the middle of the pitch. Ollie Watkins is making a really, really good run. Morgan Rogers sees him and he feeds him through. So in a flash, we're up the other side of the pitch. Ollie Watkins does really well here. He gets hold of the ball and he cuts back inside. And then he's looking for support, which he's arriving. Morgan Rogers here. So he holds it up. Rogers is continuing his run through to here. Ollie Watkins plays a little reverse ball into Rogers, who at this point is flanked by quite a few Liverpool players. And, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So they've got plenty of people back. He looks little threat from there, but we know the quality Morgan Rogers has. And he finds a yard in the box and he whips in what is an absolutely fantastic effort. And he's just really, really unlucky, with the effort. If that goes in, we're off and running and we've started brilliantly. And all the rubbish I was talking about going long ball is out the window because we've played our way and we 1-0 up at Anfield. It hits the post, it goes out, and that's it. It's 0-0. So this is the Matty Cash effort. Again, the ball is played out from the back into Morgan Rogers. What's interesting here is Boubacar Kamara is immediately on his bike in the middle of the pitch. He's thinking, okay, I'm not going to stand on my laurels. I'm going to try and get forward and support my teammate. Rogers then finds Kamara in the middle, who's making a really good run. He drives forward, lays it once again into Ollie Watkins. So this is again where Ollie Watkins' link-up play comes in. Lays it back to Kamara, who's made the effort to get forward. Kamara drives forward a bit, and then you've got Matty Cash making a fantastic run on the right-hand side, crying out for it. Now, at this point, he's taking a touch. Nobody's coming towards him. You've got Van Dijk there. He's in no man's land, really, because he's thinking, do I go or do I stay? I've got Cassand on my shoulder. So Cash has a little bit of time to just get the ball under control, have a look. Now, he's got options here. He's got Cassand. He's got, I think that's Rogers, it looks offside. And then you've got 2 at the back stick with McGinn and Watkins making runs into the box. But what does he do? He's full of confidence. And I do genuinely think this is an effort. I think he's just so full of confidence. He thinks, right, I'm going to have a go here. And he gets really unlucky because it takes a little deflection off Virgil van Dijk. Keeper makes a really, really good save. And again, it's definitely going in, as you can see there. It's dipping just under the bar. And the deflection could have took it anywhere, but it does the keeper a bit of favour because the ball's spinning. He gets a hand on it, hits the top of the crossbar, and it comes out. So really disappointing. And then we have the third effort, which is again a good movement from Morgan Rogers, who drives through the middle, who I thought had played really, really well in the 10 yesterday. And I think that's something we need to keep persevering with going forward. Rogers has another good effort there, which the keeper makes a expected save, to be fair, because I think it's a little bit too close to him. Now, oh, God, let's move on to the absolute woeful conceding of the goal just before half-time. We see Martinez do this time and time and time and time again, but you only need to make one mistake and it is catastrophic, and that's what happened. So Martinez, pretty straightforward ball to Pau Torres. You can't see it on this, but if you watch the video back, Martinez doesn't even look at Torres, and that's his mistake, in my opinion. He just plays it blindly. He knows where Torres is, but he doesn't look and he doesn't play the ball. He just overhits the pass, to be honest. Torres is wrong-footed because it's rolled past him, and it is an absolute just sitter for Mo Salah, who nonchalantly just rolls it past uh, Emi Martinez. Could Martinez have done a little bit better with that? I don't know. I think it all happened so quickly that it's past him before he cares. And this is from the other angle. I mean, it's such a simple ball. I mean, he's only going to roll it here, and in the end he rolls it like this. Much passes. So by the time Torres is wrong-footed, I mean that's the trajectory it's going on. And as I said on the other one, it's such a simple pass. It's such a simple pass, and it absolutely nails us before half time. And then the second goal, just before the substitutions, which killed us, Gravenberch. The only thing I can say with this one really is there's so many players here that should be doing better. You got 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 6 players there. And I don't. I think Cash, Conser, really, it's difficult for them because they've got 2 runners there, and if they commit themselves, then the ball just gets slipped through the middle. So he either plays it into his feet there, or he can play it into here if Conser commits himself to the ball. So that's difficult decisions for Conser. I think the mistake here is these 3 players here, Kamara, Onana, and McGinn. They should be much tighter on Gravenberch and not allowing him this space where he got to. And then, sorry, this is the first one. He hits this shot, which you can see is pretty much going here. But it just takes that little deflection off Pau Torres' foot, and it just goes the other way. And Martinez has already committed himself, can't do anything about it. So that's where the ball was going, and it just literally just rolls past you. In the most frustrating of goals you can concede, a deflection. But as I say, the first half we had that Matty Cash effort, and the second half deflection, and in we get a deflection and it doesn't go in. So yeah, really disappointing overall. So overall, yeah, I can't be massively disappointed because, as I say, I think we played okay yesterday, but the big moments went against us. We didn't shut Szoboszlai down as much as we could. I don't think we utilised the long ball as much as we could have because Liverpool have struggled with that. But having said that, like I've just highlighted there, we had chances to go ahead in that game, playing our way. So I can sort of understand why Emery wouldn't throw out his philosophy out the window. Positives. I thought Ross Barkley did well when he came on, and I think we've seen this regularly now, him slotting in the 10 role. Now, early in his career, Ross Barkley, he was a fantastic number 10, ran with the ball really well, committed player really well, scores goals. He was very much Gazza-esque in his very, very early days when he first broke through at Everton. So I do wonder whether Emery has seen something in him that it could maybe spark him in that position, because we are struggling a little bit for numbers in behind Ollie Watkins and that creativity sometimes. Gassan, for me, needs just to come out the side now for a bit. The good news is we've got Yuri Tielemans back in full training next week, and Emi Buendia isn't as badly injured as we thought. So that's going to be interesting how those two fit in now. It'd be great to see Buendia back with his creativity. I thought Sancho did okay when he came on. And as I say, before these 3 games, so the Spurs, Man City and Liverpool games, we were all a little bit apprehensive going into those. And I said, I think I was on record as saying at one of the phone-ins that I would have taken a win, a loss and a draw in those 3 games. I don't know how they would have come, but 4 points for me was what I was looking at going into those. We've come out with 6, and we've now got a run of fixtures where we can conceivably pick some decent points up now with teams in and around us and in the lower half of the table, which we have struggled with sometimes, teams in the lower half earlier in the season. So it's time to put that one to bed. Difficult game in the Premier League next weekend against Bournemouth, who are doing really, really well. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. We've got the Maccabi game on Thursday, which we want to get back to winning ways with in the Europa League. So that'll be interesting. So that's my thoughts for the game. Missed opportunities. Didn't think it was a bad performance overall. Second half, we wasn't aggressive enough after the break. 2 goals, timing-wise, absolutely killed us. Gusan, got to get up to speed and quickly. Think it's time we saw Harvey Elliott now in the team. What do you think? Am I fair? Did you agree with what I'm saying? Any points I've missed? I'm sure there is. There always is. Phoning is back tomorrow night, where you can come on and have your say on the game and then argue with what I said, maybe. So there you go. Thanks for watching, everybody. As I say, please subscribe to the channel. I'm getting so many people watching these videos that aren't subscribed. It literally just takes 1 second. Drop a click, and that would mean the world to me. Also, please like the video as well. It helps massively. And just drop a comment in as well. Again, it helps massively. If you can do one of those 3 things, I would be forever grateful. Keep the faith. We will be back up the Villa.